So, hello and welcome back to Long-Term Review. Today we talk about neck knives. As you saw in the clips of the intro, I might not too positive about them, but I want to discuss the advantages and disadvantages of these pieces of equipment and these tools. In the end, I want to compare them to three very different knives I already discussed on the channel. First of all, the idea of a neck knife is that you carry it, hence the name, around your neck on a rope or chain, and you pull it out like this and you can use it. And you might hear of this, that a fixed blade is more reliable than a folder because it's no moving parts. But, and that might be true at the first glance, yes, you have one solid piece of metal. I really like that this, the Cold Steel Tokyo Spike, is full tang. And with grip pieces that feel really high quality, but the no moving parts part is clearly not true, as we can see, because you not carry this alone. You carry it with a sheath out of kydex, and it's mostly hangs upside down, and it's held in only by the elasticity of the kydex. As we see here, that only holds so much, and it's already at a compromise with accessibility. And then with the chain, we add more moving parts, and this chain even broke. This chain even broke. And also here the metal piece that should hold it together got also loose multiple times in the time I tested this. Only with the black chain for the Cold Steel Spike. With the Cold Steel Tanto, I had none of these experiences. It's the Cold Steel Mini Tac. But for this I have to say it's also a bit bulky with this kydex sheath. Another part I want to discuss is practicality and social acceptability. I started carrying these knives, one in my car and one in my gym bag. And when I was at my first grappling competition and one of my colleagues was injured and needed a knife to cut his bandages, I had the option, leave him helpless or pull out this around people. I helped him, but they looked at me very, very strangely. If I had something like this Swiss Army knife, which is far less tactical, I would have had even a scissor to help him further and some other tools. Or again, with this one I can carry the knife alone, but with this tool I don't put them in my pocket like this. One other point I want to talk about is the accessibility under different clothing, because there are, I think, at least three main ways to wear these. The first way would be just over your clothing with nothing over it. For me, not an option in most settings. I think if you're a hunter and you're just processing game on your property, if this hangs around your neck like this, and you pull it out, you use it, you put it back in, the inside of the sheath might get a bit messy during this, but that would be an option. And while we talk about this, there's a video upcoming on what kind of knives real hunters use. It's not what you think. But back to the neck knife. Second option would be just under a regular t-shirt or also around your neck, and you just grab under it to access the blade. It's fast enough. You have a bit of a problem if you want to wear something like, if you want to wear the shirt tucked in. But with this we come to the next option, which are button-up dress shirts. Here you have the option to pull out the blade in between the buttons. At least I wear relatively expensive dress shirts, sometimes more expensive than my knives. And I tested with this old shirt here if this works, if I can damage the shirt in the process, even if I try. It was safe enough for my shirt. For this I have to say reholstering it is far slower than with other knives. Yes, I used it, whatever. Now I have to fight this one. I might have to pull my shirt up to do this. It draws a lot of attention. But with something like this, I have it out and it disappears in my pocket again. So that's the part on how to carry it. You could, of course, wrap this around your belt loops and just have it in your pocket. And if you pull it out of the pocket, it also pulls itself out of the sheath. Relatively specific, but it also relies on the quality and the reliability of the chain, which can fail as I showed in the beginning. And there is a really good sentence regarding neck knives. A friend told me, folders fail closed, neck knives fail open. Maybe consider this when thinking about getting one. I would also tell you that the Cold Steel spike is around 50 euros, a sort of 411.6 stainless steel, but take stainless with a grain of salt. You can see right next to the stainless on the Cold Steel logo, it rusts a bit. I hope the camera captures this. And there's really no pre-made edge on this, so you have to kind of grind it your own way when you start using a sharpening stone or pull-through sharpener or whatever. And the Cold Steel Mini Tac is made out of AUS 8A steel, the same steel as the Cold Steel Coben. And I'm kind of cursed when it comes to knife sharpening, but with this one it just gets duller and duller. If I use it on a sharpening stone, I assume it's my fault and not the knife's. But I just wanted to mention my experience with sharpening process, and when it comes to the serrations, I heard a lot of like they stay sharp very, very long, but it takes very long to resharpen them if they ever get dull. Also consider this. I use, again, to show my favorite knife, this one for a long, long time, and the coating that goes over the serrations didn't even wear fully off, but I used this mostly for opening packages and maybe cutting something I want to eat. The serrations are useful when I want to cut open a panini or something. When it comes to knives, some people like to talk about using them in an emergency situation, and when it comes to this and quick accessibility, I far more prefer something like this or this. This is always on my waistband with light chino pants or a suit, and if I want something more solid, I have also from Cold Steel, the Recon 1, also a really nice knife. And this is the Dejo 37 gram. I have a full review on this and first impressions on the other one. And the next part, what is if you decide I don't want to carry it right now, your day goes not as expected. You have to go somewhere where are security controls and metal detectors and so on. I have to halfway undress to take these off. But with these here, I just leave them in my car or put them in a other pocket I leave elsewhere anyways or whatever. I I think folders are generally more practical than fixed blade, and my experiences with the variation of neck knife was more like, okay, it's unreliable, it can fail far more devastating than a folder. Yeah, it's just less convenient, and if it's less convenient, you probably leave it at home and then you have no knife at all. From your own opinion on neck knives, but I highly discourage using them. There are many other options depending on social acceptability and legality and use case, but I think these here in the middle are good, far better picks than neck knives. That's also a part of reviews, saying clearly stating if something isn't good after testing it.